question that I can explain. Somebody asked an important question that I can explain.
Wait. Okay. A bit loud, sorry.
Maybe you want to take this.
Can I talk safely now?
Now it's good.
Okay. So, this is feedback time. And feedback time means you need to just give us your views of what you felt. Be absolutely honest. We can take it. So don't worry. So whatever it is, positive or negative. Also, if you have questions that you are not clear about anything, this is an open forum. So please feel free to discuss. Is this going to continue like this, or otherwise I can go to the other mic?
Let me try it.
Huh?
Let me just try this. That may be a bit better. Oops. Try that.
Okay. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so please just feel free and be honest and loud. We'll give you the microphone. Okay? Right. Can we pass the mic there, please?
You can use this one.
Here,
You can use
there's.
this one.
We've got quite a lot
I
here.
don't know whether these ones are working.
I think more can go out.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a question, and it relates to what Sister Shivani was talking about letting people hurt us and not letting people hurt us, and how we react to other people. For those of us in Kenya at the moment, we know we're in a time of complete change and a turning point at the moment, especially with what happened last week and coming this week with the protests here in Kenya. My question is, how do we speak to the younger generation, the Gen Zs and the millennials, because they're angry, as are we as Kenyan citizens, and how do we support them in what they're doing? Some of us agree with what they're doing, because they're seeing a lot of injustice from our leaders, who I don't believe are enlightened. And how do we find peace and understanding and acceptance, which is something that Sister Shivani talks so much about, especially when there is injustice? That's the one thing, so the millennials and the Gen Z. On the other side, we have what I believe are unenlightened leaders. So how do we speak to somebody like President Ruto, who comes from that generation of the Moi era, where they respond with water cannons and rubber bullets and live bullets, and have actually killed? These protesters came in peace. They, in fact, changed a protest into a party. Their weapon of choice is their smartphone. It's TikTok and Instagram. So how do we then speak to the leaders? How do they respond to this new generation of protesters? That's my question, because these leaders are hurting us and they are causing injustice.
Thank you. I don't want this forum to turn into a political forum. So your question is very valid, and quite a lot of us would agree with that. But I don't want to go into details of what happened. I think that we can say that we don't feel that that was right. The point is, how do we handle the hurt of those people? And I think that that is something that in a forum like this, we can talk about. And you see, this is much louder than this. What we can do with our connection is much more louder but also effective. And I think that this is what also Sister Shivani was talking about. The power that we have is not here. The power that we have is here. So I think that, take as much time as you want, but sit in this. And you know that you may feel that, okay, this is just talk, but it's not. You try it. We can be very effective if we all sit together and speak for those young ones. Because yes, we can accept, and I don't want to say one way or another, but that injustice seems to have been done. And I think that we need to support them. I cannot say any other way where we can protest, because that's not what we should be talking about here. You want to add? You got a mic. Oh, you got it.
After you. Sure, I'll come next, because it's a great question, and I haven't succeeded in an area of injustice that I have been working on for decades, actually. This, I mentioned that I've done so much work in the area of supposed HIV as the cause of AIDS. It's a huge web of corruption and illusion. And COVID, similarly, unfortunately, was a similar export of fear and unnecessary cost and expense and deaths, actually, in those communities that put themselves indoors rather than enjoyed the breath of fresh air, which actually scientists have found that you don't get ill if you're exposed externally. It's the concentration of the virus that was causing the problem. So it was handled so badly. And this has distressed me. And I've written a lot about this over years, and came out of retirement to write about it, about COVID, with very little impact. Maybe some millions have learned better ways of handling things and have become better informed about what went wrong and how we might do things in future. But basically, I've failed. The stupidity, as I see it, and many other scientists also see it, continues. And I think the progress that I've made has been to feel that I'm doing this work. I feel called to do it. I have the role of doing that. I have the past skills that I can contribute with writing, but I mustn't become over-engaged in the sense of becoming angry or upset, because that is like meeting a wrong with another wrong. You have to try to come from a clean space. You have to try to increase that power of tolerance inside yourself, so that no matter what is happening externally, you don't allow that to weaken you. Because I've known people engaged in this fight who've died because of their frustration. Similarly with climate change, people who feel very passionate about that, very frustrated about the way the world doesn't seem to be listening, they burn out because of their anger and upset. It's really valuable, what Shivani was talking about, not to allow your role to damage the soul. It's a really good principle. That would be my contribution on this.
Thank you. Very valid. You want to add? Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
But I would add that what Nizar was saying about using the mind more, I think that's perhaps where I might see more success if I use my own mind more in the way that he was describing. Just along with doing the work, to be giving those good wishes for the wisdom that the scientists who are raising these challenges are offering us.
I don't. Can you hear me? No.
Yes, you are
Yes.
there now.
I agree with Neville that the first thing we need to do is act from a clean space. inside. So everybody's acting from their level of awareness. We are all limited in our awareness, and we have to recognize and accept that. And I think in a space where you have things that are not going right, if you work from that space, from a clean space to the outside, you find the right response. And I'm an outside observer as a diplomat of the situation here in Kenya. And you probably all know the saying, a country has the leader it deserves. And you have to recognize that for yourself. You have the leader you deserve. It's coming from a collective awareness and conscience about where you are and where you want to go. So this also gives you the power to think what is the type of leadership you need. And as I said, instead of struggle and violence, you have to come from a different space. And I'm sure that this will give you the right result. And I have talked to quite a few people who are in the protest and so on, and I always say, be careful, because if you want to replace something with something else, you have to be sure that this is better. So, yeah.
Henriette, you know that we have politicians here, you are a diplomat. I don't want this conversation to be misunderstood. Okay? So we should not be discussing so much of this, particularly when it becomes political. We have to be careful.
So, but let me just finish. So what I'm saying, my basic message is you have to, as what Nizar was saying and Neville, go inside and react from that, not react, respond from that space.
Thank you.
And that will be the right way to act.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Henriette. Thank you for that question. We want to do a feedback more about this program, the last 2 days. What you felt, what you got, what you did not get. I think that if we can stick to that, I would be grateful. Okay? Yes, please. Microphone here. Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I think on behalf of myself and the audience and the participants, first of all, it's been an amazing experience.
Thank you.
The way that you have brought people together from all walks of life has been refreshing and definitely a learning experience. As far as the learning is concerned, I think we're on the beginning of the S-curve. We want more. You have stimulated the search. You have awakened the knowledge of the gap as far as I'm concerned. And I would like more guidance for myself and for everyone on what is this magical 7-day course that so many pop-ups have talked about that I think we should all be aware of and participate in. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your feedback and also for that question, which is very valid. 7-day course is something which the Brahmakumaris do. I think that it's even been reduced now. So you can do the 7-day course in 3 days now. So it depends on whether you want which version you want. And this is happening every week here. And
Every month.
Yeah, every month. And so when is it starting?
The next one is on the 3rd, starts on the 3rd of July. And, 2nd of July. And you can get a flyer from the reception before you leave. You can get a flyer from the reception. The 3 days is actually part 1. And then if you want to go to part 2, you can go to part 2. And then also, all services here are free of charge as well.
Okay. So we have all done this 7 days course. All of us went through this because that is your introduction to spirituality in this organization. Thank you for that question. Okay.
Can I just also add, once you do the 7-day course, it doesn't end there, of course. There are perpetually programs now happening every week that you are able to engage with, as well as daily spiritual knowledge that you can engage with. So you can choose how deeply you want to take your spiritual journey. And once you've done the 7-day course, the center is open to you from 5:30 in the morning to 7:30 p.m.
And I'd just like to add that, excuse me, that you've actually got a head start with the 7-day course from
Yes.
what you've been hearing from Shivani. Really, that's kind of a really good start to it.
Okay. But, you can start learning here. Nobody will ask you for money. Okay. It's not something where you have to pay for anything. Everything offered here is completely free. And you don't have to sign any contracts that you agree to be here on a long-term basis. You're completely free. So you can come in when you want and do whatever courses you want, and it's all free. Okay?
I'll also just add a small point that a friend reminded me that we should highlight. Everything here that is happening, this whole institution is run by volunteers. Everybody gives their time as they please. There is basically an army behind the scenes supporting both the transport with the cooking and everything else, and everything is run by volunteers.
Okay. Can we have another question?
My name is Yulita. I have benefited a great deal from this weekend. I come from a very busy background. Now I have been busy. I know today I need to move to easy. I have had this experience of not slowing down. I mean, like you're trying to catch your breath. This has provided an opportunity for me to slow down and connect. I must say, I have never heard anything about Brahma Kumaris. This is my first time. Secondly, I want to appreciate my sister here from Kilifi, who introduced, or rather informed us about this retreat through our forum for deputy governors, women deputy governors. And as if we were looking for an opportunity just to connect and to hear, especially when it said the future power for enlightened leaders, we didn't know what it was. But I am going home with something, even though I still have many questions. Thank you.
You know that being busy is a trait all of us put our hand up to and say, we are all busy, more busy than we want to be. This is a way to handle busyness. Because as you become more and more powerful from within, you are able to handle more and more things easily. I personally come from the corporate background, and I was constantly busy and I was constantly yelling at people. I was constantly acting in a way that was contrary to because anger and all those things are contrary to how you behave. As you learn more and more, you are able to handle more and more things efficiently and treat people around you more respectfully than I did, certainly before. And I think that this is a process, so that however busy I am, I'm still able to do my meditation in the morning. I'm able to do my daily knowledge replenishment every day. And I think this is important for you to get into this groove. Okay. Go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sitar Namwalye, and I'm a poet, playwright, performing artist, among many other things. And this is my first encounter with Brahma Kumaris. And I just want to thank you for this amazing weekend. I came here discombobulated, totally without clarity. I've reached a place in my life where I know I need to reinvent myself, and I didn't know which direction to go. And I was praying to God and saying, I know you show me the way. And so thank you, Sipi, for answering God's direction and inviting me, Sipi Chada, my good friend here. Thank you very much. It's been an amazing weekend. A lot of it is so familiar. So most of it is things I know, things I've learned, and things I've forgotten. Yeah? I think that one of the biggest things that I got was the idea of emotional independence and emotional dependency. So I think of myself as being very independent-minded, and it's not true. I'm totally emotionally dependent. And so the journey begins, or the journey continues to really create that emotional independence. And I know that it will, when I do have moments when I am independent, anything can come at me, absolutely anything, and I'm not reacting. I'm thinking, I'm deciding, I'm choosing to respond. And that is a really, really powerful experience. I think the other big thing for me is meditation. I started this year, and after a couple of months, I quit. And now I've learned how to meditate, because I thought I had to sit there with my eyes closed and my mind wandering all over the place. And so this has been really, really, really exciting. So thank you very much for all that you do, and I'll see you very soon again.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Okay, that's not crossed out. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Alice Acheng. From the list we had, the people who attended, most of the list had people who do what. And I noticed in my name, I had nothing in my name. And the first thing is, I really like to appreciate Brahma Kumaris and the institution that brought me here, World Women Peace Forum. I have got to meet people, to meet the who and the who. Your network is your net worth, and I really thank you for giving us that chance, number one. Number two, I got to learn that I'm very powerful. I didn't know I'm that powerful. I didn't know I have, everything comes from me. Whatever decisions, whatever I want to see comes from me, and I've got to learn that from here. And as a young person, people have problems with the millennials and Generation Z. This is a place to change how we think, how we do things. You're very powerful. We have so much knowledge, but we don't know how to use it. Knowledge can be very powerful. You can destroy and you can make. And this is a place where you can find how to use it. Thank you so much, Brahma Kumaris, and I promise I'll be part of you. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Good morning. My name is Monase Ahmed. First and foremost is gratitude. It's been an incredible couple of days without one single moment that, was not giving us, new, enlightened perspective and, practical skills and tools and the, better understanding of our own power and light. And so I think it's been a transformational couple of days, and thank you to the Supreme Soul for bringing this into you as well and for developing this Future of Power program. I'm sure it's been incredibly transformational for so many people around the world. So first is thank you. And I think it comes at an extremely pivotal time, It's always a good time to receive information like this, but it comes at a time where the questions I want to ask today, and for me that's more around mass transformation. As we know, we're at this tipping point where mass transformation is required. Wondering, and I know that now, I'm not going to ask it here, I'm going to go into myself and into the Supreme Soul and try and really find the answers internally, but when mass transformation is required on a level of revolution, no mass transformation, if you look back historically, that actually creates significant change in injustice or in livelihoods or well-beings. I would love to find one other than this that is like completely peaceful. So how to create mass transformation in an enlightened way that can redistribute wealth and resources. And so instead of asking that, I will do the work, and I'll continue to do the work to seek the answers and guidance. And but I just want to say a huge thank you, and it's been incredibly inspirational to the point of almost tears to be surrounded by so many people wanting to do wonderful work. So thank you.
Thank you.
Om Shanti, everyone.
Om Shanti.
On behalf of CM, and thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you, and working as a group was just an eye-opener. I didn't know I can do everything internally, and I'm so powerful. Bringing it out, and I really didn't want to come because it was for 3 days. Dr. Perry made sure we are all here, and I'm so proud to say all the 11 of us, the CM members and Nisha too. Thank you. It was like, have you done it? Have you done it? Have you gone there? I normally sleep, yes, when I do meditate. I love that sleep because I think that's the only time my mind goes kaput. Every other time it's just a monkey and a child here and there. I can't. I tried everything. Everything, and nothing seems to be working. But I think the candle, I associated it with Diva because we were brought up doing Diva when we were young. And it sort of settled me, and seeing that light brought it back. But it was a pleasure. I don't know how the time flew. And on a Sunday, waking up, it was there. And the traffic control, I'm definitely going to use that. Thank you so much. And thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
For me, it's a mystery. I want to give special recognition and respect to Dr. Julius Kipngetich.
Yes, Julius, get up. Julius has brought, I'm sorry to say I'm a little bit involved with him. He's our CEO, regional for the group. And he has been responsible for inviting a lot of you. And thank you, Julius, for doing that.
Yeah, is the force behind my attendance. And he comes from my village. So he has done great service to our village. Secondly, is, we've heard, I have heard a lot about yoga. And I've never understood what is it all about. And I've never developed interest in it. So when I was informed that there is this meeting that is going to happen here, I did a bit of research. And the first thought is that I'll find our brothers and sisters from India full here. Shock to me. To find my very own Julius Kipngetich is here. To see my sister, Deputy Governor, and a couple of many others, even my sister, the women rep of Nairobi. And I discovered, you know, those of us who have scaled up in the world of academia, we've done PhD, we have done a lot of theses. But then I discovered we've never done a thesis of ourselves. You have recited about every other thing. You have never recited about yourself. So basically, you don't know yourself. And I have, for the last 3 days, I'm submitting today my thesis. Because I think I am a bit conscious and a bit aware of myself. And that life oozes from me. If I can release the best from me, I can change my world. And I think that's what I've been able to get from here. Secondly, a couple of many things that I've learned. But more fundamentally is being conscious about my thought process. I think that to me is solid. That I need to be a bit conscious of everything that I allow to get into my mind and how I allow it to influence other people. And I think there are basic things that I need to do to work on myself so that I can become a better person within this environment. Thirdly, is the letter to God. Amazing, amazing. I was telling the architect, in 2002, I did a letter to God. And I thought I didn't understand what I was doing. But guess what? The fact that you can engage your brain, a paper, and pen to address to Supreme God, that alone is settling. And I have seen becoming what I wrote in that letter to date.
Wonderful.
And today, you've given me a good opportunity. I don't know whether this I call my third phase of life or fourth phase of life, whichever phase of life I'm in. I am now writing. Then I was not married. Today I've written when I'm married. I have children. Then I was not having children. So you can guess what I've written in that letter. And I want to say thank you so much. I came here, Julius kept on telling me, you know, you are a good leader, but I want you to work on your soft leadership. Yeah. You know, you are so hard. I didn't know. I thought I will just get pen and paper, writing notes, number one, the following are the characteristics of soft. Guess what? This has been experimental. And I want to tell the world that a new gem is coming out, an aroma of hope, bliss, peace, love, knowledge, and spiritual life, power is coming out of Albert. Asanteni sana, Om Shanti.
Yeah.
He's giving somebody.
Om Shanti. Compliments to the organization for the well-planned, well-organized, and well-executed this retreat. Apart from the 6 main speakers for sitting here and who are not here, Brother Shivani and Vedanti, we were expecting a lot of wealth of knowledge from you, and which was already we got. But the main inspiration we got from the pop-ups, those testimonies, success stories was really heart-touching. So this was good experience we are getting with it. Personally, if I want to pinpoint one good thing I learned from the 10 masteries you shown, the SWOT analysis. I personally associated with many businesses, corporates, and social organizations. I did for those societies or the companies, but not for myself, which I will do after listening. Thank you.
Good for you. Over there at the back.
Thank you very much. My name is Elizabeth Kimkung. Nizar Bhai, I've always connected you to business because that's how I met you. Thank you very much. But I have to thank my sister, Esther. Esther, if you can stand up. She sent me this email last year and said, please fill in. I must say I completely forgot. I don't want to lie. And, you know, day before yesterday, she said, no, Tuesday or Wednesday, have you filled in? I picked on the wrong thing that she also had sent me, invited me for something. And I walked here, I said, okay, let's meet at this center. And I got here and I just filled my name. I registered by hand. I thought I'll attend it. I had other things. I'm not busy, but I'm easy. So like yesterday, I sort of walked out and walked back in, but I had a function. I was being installed as the president of the Rotary Club of Nairobi. So I had to be there and then come back here. I'm glad I've attended this. I've done the art of leaving before, but I think I've also benefited a lot from this. Unfortunately, when people drive past here, all they say, do you see that temple with a flower? Because that's what everybody relates to. So I feel you have to create more awareness so that more people can benefit from this. I have benefited. I will talk to other people, but I think awareness is something that is lacking. So a lot of people drive past here and they say, the temple with a flower. That's how most people relate to it. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
Thank you. That gentleman at the back is waving for a long time, please. Okay, he has to be the next one. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, personally what I've learned is the way things have been conducted here meticulously and with precision. Ever since this training began, the way they asked for our names, was sent the link, and I was so much prompted to learn such things. And also coming here, the way I normally come here for meditation, and I've always found this place to be very much breathtaking and full of tranquility and serenity, which enables us to meditate peacefully. And also at my place at home, I always ensure that my place is very tranquil and serene, because whenever time I meditate, it needs such a tranquil environment. And something also that I've learned is the odyssey of experience. We need to talk about our stories, because our stories are quite healing, and people are able to learn from us. So as a takeaway, I'll go and share with my friends about having that experience is the truth. That's what we were told. So let's talk about our stories, because they can be healing. They can be really healing to other people. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kamami, and allow me, please, to also acknowledge Julius Kipngetich. I met Kip, I think, how many years ago? Must be like going 30, actually. Almost 30. So he was my teacher at the University of Nairobi, where I think he should have never left, and I keep saying this. Kip inspired us. He taught me information systems. And the reason why this is important, this background is important, is because for you to understand why I came. So Kip taught me information systems. I'm a lawyer by training. Information systems and finance are not things we generally enjoy. But he made it so enjoyable, and he challenged us so much to think about these things. And the most amazing thing, when I sat here yesterday, I thought, all the things he spoke to us about 30 years ago are coming true today. And it is simply amazing. The remote working, the impact of artificial intelligence, Anyway, so that is the reason I came, because I got an email, I looked at it, and I figured this must have come from Kip. I didn't even call him, I just signed up. I am very glad I signed up. Lao Tzu says that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Exactly. Keeps appearing and disappearing from my life. He also says that when the student is truly ready, the teacher disappears. Mm-hmm. And what I want to say this morning is that for me, coming here it's been phenomenal. I won't talk about the organization, that has really been good. It has done something for me that I've been struggling with. You see, for a long time, I thought I was weird because, and I said this to the group that I was in yesterday, because I sense things. So I meet people and I sense things. I feel comfortable with some people. I don't feel comfortable with other people. I go into organizations and I feel comfortable with organizations, and there are some I feel like I don't want to have any business with these organizations. And it's not an intelligent thing, and I'm a fairly intelligent person. But I know it's not something about processing intelligence. It's almost like an energy. And I have been on a search. So I discovered yoga, the physical elements of yoga. And that sort of started to open me up a little bit. I tried to stay very close to nature, eat things that are not processed. But I have never understood why I feel like this. I just feel it. I got tired of fighting it with my brain. You know how you meet with yourself and you say, well, this doesn't make a lot of sense. You're a highly trained lawyer. I'm a corporate lawyer, by the way. So I do a lot of due diligence. And I'm like, this is not adding up. You should be thinking with your mind. But that sense is so strong, I can't ignore it. So when I became a mother, I'm 53 years old now. When I became a mother, which was a while back, I started to trust my instinct a little more. I started to believe that I'm not crazy, and I started to just work with it. But I was working with it in darkness, in a sense, if you like. And P.S., I'm a Catholic as well. And, that adds its complexities. So, so for me, it's really been interesting to sit here and listen. And I think what I can say is that I will explore this a little further. It still has not completely settled in my mind what I need to do with this and how exactly it relates to the rest of what I know. My Africanness, my Catholic, I am I wouldn't say like devout, but I am a practicing Catholic. I need to understand how all this sits together. But I think what I can say is you have definitely opened my mind. You have confirmed that I'm not crazy, which is really, really important. And the biggest gift, just so that you understand how powerful this is to me, when my children come home for the holidays in August, I am going to bring them here. They're both brilliant young people. They are like quintessential Gen Zs. They talk about spiritualism, not religion. And I think it will be interesting for them to begin early, even as they start their careers, to sort of better understand life. So thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to it.
Well done. And I just want to add that what you say is true, that we will not interfere, anybody here, with your Catholic religion or any religion that you follow. Here, we are not religious. We don't discuss that. Just look at here, Christian, Muslim, Hindu. It doesn't matter who you are. Here, we are a mixture, but we follow the same knowledge. And we are not interested here in converting you. Please stay Catholic, stay Muslim, stay whoever you are. That does not interfere with the knowledge that we are trying to give you. I just want to reinstate that is important to us, that you follow your religion. Please. Yeah.
I have been in contact with Brahma Kumaris for many, many years. And never, ever was I asked for anything. Nothing. Zero. Neither for money, nor to convert to something, nor to do anything. It's completely there when you need it. So it's voluntary, it's an offer. And by the way, there's so much online. So if you don't have the time to come to a center, everything you need is online. And what the sister said, when you're ready, the teacher comes. And this is what I've seen with Brahma Kumaris also, that whatever I need at the moment is coming to me, either physically or online or in some other form. But this is what really convinced me also to stay, because I feel never ever any pressure. And whenever I'm in an event, I feel so empowered. It's a platform to take off from. And so many people, when I tell them that I'm coming to the Brahma Kumaris, they tell me, oh God, be careful, be careful. Because they think I'm becoming a part of a sect or whatever. And I'm always saying, I'm convinced by what people do and what it makes me feel and what it gives to me. So you can judge by yourself. I have, as I said, never felt any sort of pressure, and I continue to be a Catholic. And I really appreciate that this goes far beyond religion, and it has actually nothing to do with religion, because our religions are so contaminated nowadays by human ego and by what we have felt was the right thing. So this is a pure spiritual movement, and that's why I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Nitin, right in front of you, that person with the beard. Give the mic to him.
Oh, then okay. Then I love you.
Okay, I thought it was that. Okay. Sorry.
Shanti. My name is Ryan Jack, and what a wonderful moment to be in this presence of these beautiful and handsome faces. So I'm here on behalf of the Generation Z, the future. Right?
Welcome.
Thank you. I feel we are the present youth who represent, or who rather hold, the future. And this just came right in time, right? And yesterday, as we were having the meditation session there, led by our sister, at one point I became angry. The reason being, we were meditating and she said, let's come back here. So I was so angry in that, why are you taking me where I am in the meditation? A very peaceful, very serene, and you're telling me to come back here. Well, so I was very, very, very annoyed. But again, I remember the teachings. You should control your emotions, control the feelings, and that is what we really have to gain from this point, right? Yeah, so this session, it has been a short and sweet moment for the 3 days that we've been here. And as a younger generation, I believe, because I believe we are the youngest, I'm 23, my friend here is 22, maybe any other, yeah. But we feel that interacting with such a kind of almost 90% of us are age mates of our parents, right? Yeah, and sharing the same insight, and this is the right time for us, because I feel it's too late for you, sorry to say so, too late for you, but it is right on time for us. But again, the purposeful and objective of this, it's the way someone said, she's going to bring her children here. Go and share with your siblings, go and share with the children, so that when we come here, we don't want to see the 3 of us or the 4 of us, the Gen Zs we are here. We want to meet you now, your children. We engage, we interact with them, and because we'll be shining for them, because at least we have a knowledge of what is entailed to be here. So it has been a very powerful session, and I'm very glad. I don't regret having my time here, being soft myself, trying to seek what is right and doing what is right at the right time, and also gaining it in a soft way. You know, as a generation, a younger generation, we usually wake up like just like a rat or something. You are out of the duvet, you are there, you are receiving call, you are on WhatsApp, you are checking your messages, you barely have time for yourself. And that is punishing oneself. You really don't have time to realize whom you are. I really thank, because I've just realized I'm a soul. And there's nothing and there's nowhere a soul cannot reach. There's nowhere a soul cannot get information from. So as a soul, I'm going to sail everywhere, and especially I'm going to dwell at Brahma Kumaris. Thank you.
Thank you. One here.
Good morning, all.
Morning.
As I said, I'm Charity. a conservator of forests. And I came here at the invitation of Julius Kimngetich, who was the CEO of our sister institution, KWS. And when he sent me a text, WhatsApp, I did not think twice because of who he is. He was, we used to envy him, to envy our sister institution, KWS, when he was the CEO, because we were forest department. And when Kenya Forest Service was formed, we borrowed from KWS because of his good leadership. So I'm glad he left the University of Nairobi, my sister, because he had to keep sharing and improving and improving. You see, KFS is what it is because of what he did in KWS. For me, it was such a thrill and a life-changing experience the last 3 days. And the issue of discovering the self, the soul. And I think I've been in an environment of congestion, and it's time I come out as myself. And it is at this time I needed this. It was so timely. And I'm so grateful. One, as a person. Two, also as a family. I'll bring my Gen Zs here. You'll not be alone. They won't be here. And then the institution I work in. We've just received young men, about 2,700 as our rangers. And we've been observing some behaviors which are not really good. I think with this experience and at my position, I'll be able to pass it on and to help them. And they're not few, and we have about 4,000 of them. And we hope, I believe, with the information I've received, I'm going to help the institution in helping these people, not only the young, even the old ones. And I'm so grateful that I came here, and I can promise you, the 7 days, I'm part of it. 3, and then phase 1, phase 2, and continuous, we are members. But what I've really liked the most is what has just been said, that you are not living your faith. And that was my concern also. The first 2 days, I was like, now, where do I put my belief in the Trinity, God, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit? Now this one. But when my sister, the Muslim sister, spoke, she made it clear that coming to Brahma Kumaris, it means that I'm better Muslim. And also, so it's the way he has clarified, as I was sharing with my sister here, Catherine, that coming here will make me a better Christian. Because it is even us Christians who have no time to meditate. It's true. Yeah, we are just busy. And now because it will be easy and we'll be able to focus, I can tell you, even the Christians need this more than anybody else. Because I'm being sincere. They really need it, isn't it? Yeah, because this one makes you meditate, focus, concentrate, and get yourself right. So I'm so grateful. I would not have been in a better place than this. And I'm so grateful, Julius, for inviting me. And thank you, all the presenters. You are awesome, you're great, you're wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for... Okay, my name is Agnes, a lecturer with a bias in human resource management. Now, maybe I need to share a short story. Last night, as I got into the house, we left this place at around 8:35, and then you press the doorbell, then the children, this age, I have 2 of them. Yeah, now they came, opened the door for me. I'm like, Mommy, they're on their phones. Live. I know Madam Passaris understands this. Yeah, so 1.2 million of them were on last night, I think for over 8 hours, talking. So what I want to say is that it is good they are talking. It's a plus, yeah, because the moment they start talking, they'll talk, it will come out exhaling, and then the EI, emotional intelligence, might start beginning. So
Kenyans, let us not get so much worried. They are talking. Communication is good, and even the president was in the meeting. Yeah, so number 2 is just to thank Dr. Julius Kipnietich for the invitation. He was a lecturer, and we still miss him at your end. As she said, we wish he could still be there for us. And I want to tell you frankly that anytime we are teaching, he's always the most quoted CEO. Anytime you ask the class, they're like, oh, Dr. Julius, then Dr. Kolimo, the late, of course, and a few others, but he's always the number 1. So it means that so much of it has come from all that you people are doing at Jubilee, which is spiritual and divinity. So I also want to say that I'm really going to talk to my students. There are quite a number. Their age is 23 and below, and they're very erratic. Let me say that. We are going to call you off because maybe I came here because of that. And thank you so much, Dr. Julius.
Here in the front.
Thank you so much, Om Shanti. Good morning, all of us. My name is Flora Chibule.
Oh, that one.
And I was invited here by FCS Bina Damani from Mombasa. And when I got that invite, I'm amongst those who you really took very late. Thank you so much for even accepting us this late. That's when I shared with my colleagues at the Deputy Governor's Caucus. And I said, the future of power. Let's go and hear what. She didn't really open up what it was all about. I was so excited. I said, why should I go alone? Let me invite my friends. And here we are. I can say I'm really enlightened. That part of meditation, I come from a Christian Anglican background, and we about meditation and all that. But my experience, the 2 days I've been here, in fact, I came quite late on Friday, but the whole day yesterday and the last session I had with Shivani, it really, I feel so calm and relaxed because, I don't want to say we are busy, but the type of life we have. And I was so excited to see faces, both from where I come from Kilifi. I have my sister here, Dafala there. I see people in the national faces, and I'm saying, oh, we really need this. And the pop-ups, or rather the testimonies which you are hearing, it really gave me something. Because when they were introducing themselves, in fact, I found they were more busy than I was. But the type of calmness they had, I really want to take this with me to Kilifi. I don't know how I can get some of you there, because bringing them here would be too much, but if there's something like that, that can be arranged. So I'll really be grateful. So I want to say asante sana because of this institution, the Future of Power, Brahm Kuman, and I really love the calmness, the peace, the journey of the mind. I feel blessed, I feel powerful, I feel I have control just these 2 days. And I've not had the time it's my first time, and I really feel energized. I don't regret that this weekend I've been here. And, I talk much. Because before this title I've been a teacher. I've worked with the Jain, I know the Jain people. I worked with Oshol Academy for 13 years. So I'm very familiar with Om Shanti and all the rituals and how we pray. So I feel so much at home. But at least share contact so that I take a piece of this to where we are. Thank you so much.
Good morning. About your request, Lady Governor, we will be very happy to accommodate your request and send somebody down to you. I think that we can work this out amongst our group of people. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Karambu. I'm sure I introduced myself earlier on Friday, yeah. I'm really grateful that my friend Praveen and his wife Angela, they're not here, but I'm sure they come here, invited me here. They always invite me in functions, and I think so I met Catherine, and I think the first time he told me, I need you to come with me to mention the place on a Wednesday, and for some reason I was really busy. But and then I got this link, I think in March, yeah, and he followed up immediately. I'm sure you got an email, sign up, and I did, and sent him a screenshot to tell him, you see, I actually did, and I'm really glad that I came. What I have achieved, learned from here, I think a lot of us, including me, we work with a face of boldness. Sorry, I'm getting a little dry. Sorry for that. Some of us walk around with a lot of boldness and looking like we've really got it together, and that includes me. And I've been going through a really tough period, and you don't want to show the public, you don't want people to know that you're struggling. But from here, I have learned that I can actually keep off the negative thought of fear and know what I'm capable of, and that I'm actually in charge of my destiny. And that for me is something that I'm carrying with me home and will work on and keep believing in myself. I also feel, what word do I use? When you hear someone else speak and they're having that feeling of whether you're with the right people, I feel very validated when you say that, because that is it for me, and I think it really keeps me off wrong company. I keep a few people around me, but I have very good friends, and you're validated because you're walking right. Even when you speak to a stranger, and you actually have felt the truth towards them. For me, I feel very validated about that. I'm actually glad you stood up before me and said that. And the other thing I feel validated about is because I like to withdraw at the end of the day, or even when I feel things are loud, I like to withdraw from the loudness and just be by myself and feel that silence and let myself be able to act after that. I feel very validated that that is actually the way that I should be, even if there are usually complaints about my withdrawing. But I feel very validated that I am living right by doing that. And I'll come for the cause, and I'll continue this. Yes.
Thank you. We'll have to stop in another 5-7 minutes. So last 3, and then we can stop.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I have 2 questions for the panel. The first one is, I felt this session so simple that I felt my 12-year-old son should be here. And I think it was so simple that, forget about Gen Z, I think he could have understood this. So 2 things in this first question. What is Brahma Kumaris doing for that generation? Because I think we need to start there.
Yes.
And when does this sort of global initiative end up in our schools? Because we talk about 1+1, but we don't talk about the 1 and the 0. that was talked about earlier. That's the first question. The second question is for Neville. I'm an engineer and a scientist like you, and I'd like to understand your perspective. We've talked a lot about the karmic account, reincarnation, and I'd like to understand evidence-based, we talked about 5,000 years through the Copper Age and the Year of Confluence. Where does this evidence of reincarnation come into this conversation? How do we know it's not just, at the end of this life, the switch goes off and there is no S-curve after that? Thank you.
Yeah. We can have a conversation over lunch on that, but one thing very quickly I can say is that I've learned over these years, and I wasn't trained as a scientist, I trained as an economist, but I've written about science and been close to that field for many years, and I've learned that there's the great scientists understood this deeper dimension, but science as a kind of body of thought, a social movement, has really limited itself very greatly to what it can touch and feel and count materially. And that dimension of consciousness, of mind, and how formative mind is, and consciousness has really been left out of the picture until very recently, and now they're struggling because they don't know where consciousness fits in, but they can see that it's a very real force. So once you start to understand that so many of the things we've been told about where we came from, how we got here, survival of the fittest, so many of these things, you get a very different picture when you understand that consciousness lies behind so much of what is actually happening in this manifest world. But we can chat further about that.
And for your first question, yes, we do cater for children. And in fact, the Brahma Kumaris have what they call the value-based learning. It's a whole set of programs that go to schools. And this has been going on for a number of years and is continuing. I think that in view of what you are saying, we need to revive that again. Yeah. Okay.
I'm here.
2 more. Thank you.
Good morning, family. My name is Monica Karanja. I came here describing myself through the role that I play, but thank you for the enlightenment. I'm living here as a soul, and I'll be able to connect with the people who I work with or work for me as souls. So my takeaway is, as an enlightened leader, you've accomplished your mission. I'm a soul going to connect with other soul. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, go ahead.
Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. I would like to share my experience of last 3 days with the 2 reflections. One on my personal and second is on the professional side. On the personal side, from my childhood, I've been very emotional. For every small thing or big thing, I used to cry a lot. Even when the teacher beats the other student, I used to cry. When my parents were beating my brother or sister, I used to cry. And then I have actually grown up like that, and then I have actually taken a lot of embarrassment. And then my parents actually started talking, and my teachers actually started talking to me that, no, that crying is meant for girls and women. Okay, you are a boy and you are a person, and you are not supposed to cry. But life continued, and then I got married. And then again, my wife also started complaining that, even when you are watching movie, I can collect 1 liter. And then I actually felt that this is some kind of creating an embarrassment to my wife. I actually went to see a therapist. And then I took it very seriously. I felt there is something wrong with me. And then I went to see a therapist. And the therapist actually sat with me for a couple of hours, and he said, you know what, that's not any problem. You are actually an emotional, empathetic. You put yourself in the other people's. And then he said that continue to lead that life. There's nothing wrong, absolutely. That has actually taken off my burden on my head. I felt that there's something is wrong with me. That therapist helped me. And then life moved on, and then accidentally I started a business in year 2000. And then for 2 decades almost, I felt that I'm the most unfit to run a business. I don't have all the qualities, right qualities. I'm not an shrewd guy, I'm not cruel. I don't know how to hold a dagger and how to stab into Mr. Neville's heart. I was actually leading that business life, professional life with that guilt that I don't have it. But last few days, it really opened up, it enlightened me, thinking that, no, those are the powers, the hard power I've been looking, but the actual power, I've been blessed, I've been operating with that soft power. So, brothers and sisters, this is not in a retreat. I felt like this is in a leadership therapy. So this is a real therapy for me. I felt that, when I was listening to Ms. Neville, Sister Shivani and Mr. Juma, I was always feeling that how can I convey this message to the other people, right? And I would like to add, the brother mentioned about how can we take this. We all feel that the spiritual journey or meditation or doing, embracing the soft power is for retirement.
Okay.
But actually the journey has to start with him, like he's mentioned in the childhood. I encourage you if we can actually start working on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Salam from Ethiopia, and I came from Ethiopia directly just for this. And I cannot thank enough the Future of Power organizers. And I'm going to continue from my brother who just said about the giftedness of your soft power. As a single individual, I have an amazing ambition to make a difference and to change my nation, because I'm gifted with this power, and now I just got validated more. Thank you. Peace is the problem in our nation, in our continent, in our world. The shortest distance is from our heart to our brain. My specific agenda is to work with heart-brain coherence in my nation, and I'm having a campaign, 10 minutes for health for 10 million Ethiopian, and I'm only a single person sitting here. And I just got this power bestowed upon me even more to do that, more than 10 million. And looking at Sister Vedanti, a very small person in size, doing this huge projects. And I've had the privilege of meeting Daddy Janki, as small in stature as she was. And I can see the future of power with this all-powerful people in this room. Our continent is not going to be the same from today on. Thank you for.
I think we need to stop now. Okay, one more.
Okay, so thank you very much. A lot has been said about the information we've received, and we are so grateful. But I made an observation that actually has touched me. Beyond the information, I've been looking at the operational efficiency, the way the whole event has been organized, the timeliness, the efficiency. Look, it's been amazing. And I keep telling myself, if I've not been convinced with the talks, I've been more convinced with the behind-the-scene work. And I really want to touch on that, because we've said a lot about the speakers, but those behind the scenes who have made these things possible, wow. And yeah, the food, everything. But I want to ask, when is this coming to Accra? Because I'm from Ghana.
Thank you all very much. we really appreciate that feedback. It was from the heart, and that's what we appreciate the most. I also want to remind you again, what Kiuri told you is that we are running programs here where you can come and do the course, and I think that you can book that downstairs, I think.
The dates are there.
Huh?
The dates and times are there.
Yes, and it is starting on Tuesday. It's a 4-day meditation course, starting on Tuesday the 2nd of July up to Friday the 5th at 6 to 7 a.m. No, 6 to 7 a.m. Or 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Okay, so I think that you can take your choice, but book it downstairs. I think it's important. There is also somebody called Sister Shilu who is coming here, and it doesn't tell me the date. Yes, it does. It's from Thursday, the 4th of July. So she will be here also giving talks. One other thing is that for those of you who are interested in retreats like this, not Future Power, then we are going to run one called in Mount Abu.
Peace of Mind. That one?
Peace of Mind. It's called Peace of Mind, and it's starting on the 2nd of October, and it's a week. And you have to pay for your airfare to India, and then you'll become the guests of the Brahma Kumaris, who will provide your accommodation and all the food and so on for the week. So that is from the 2nd for 1 week, 2nd of July, to the 9th of July. October, sorry. So please, if you want to, book it now. It gets quite full. People from all over the world attend this, and apart from the fact that you are learning yourself, you are also meeting a lot of similar people from the rest of the world. Our Nairobi MP is going to be there, I think. Not that that's not supposed to be a come on, but so that's one. Two is that one more time I want to recognize Julius Kipnetich, who has been responsible, and also you know that he operates literally and physically soft power. In our companies, of which I'm the chairman and he's the group CEO, we run completely devoid of any corruptionship. That's what we do. That's what Julius does. And all the companies which are under my umbrella are run without corruption. And we also, two of us started this, and now many others have joined us. We've started a project called the Blue Company. And this Blue Company project is where we are inviting companies all over East Africa to join us and become corruption-free. We've already have almost 500 companies that have joined us. We have a list of about 400 who are in the process of being accepted by our ethics committee. And Catherine Musakali, there she is. She's one of our ethics committee member, and we are proud to have her as a member and here today. And so it is people like us that actually run soft power. We don't just talk about it, we run it, because this Blue Company project is soft, because that's what we want all of you to start doing something. I have very important people here. Governors and so many others who are here. Top business people are here. Start something. Join something. Feel good about what you are doing. Because that is what it's all about. I want to feel good about what I'm doing. I want to wake up in the morning and feel, yes, I'm going to have another great day because I'm going to benefit somebody or something. Or myself, it's also okay. So I think that that is what this weekend is all about. Take with you something, but continue. It's important. Every time I'm doing something new, something major, something important, go into soul consciousness and connect. It takes you 1 minute. Connect. That will make whatever you are going to do easier for you, better for you. The result will be better. It doesn't take long. Physically, go into soul consciousness and connect with the Supreme Soul. 1 minute. That's all it takes. We are not begging. Please don't beg. We are not beggars. We are not. Okay? We are not begging. We are connecting soul to Supreme Soul. And that will help you a great deal in your everyday life, whatever you are doing. I start a new meeting, connect. Just 1 minute. You start a new project, a new journey, a new anything, connect. This way you will also get used to telling yourself, who am I? I am a soul, a point of light. I live here. I control my body. So that is something, if you take that much away with you, it will be a great deal. Don't forget, keep on reminding yourself, who am I? Okay? You want to say something?
It's the movie.
Okay, so now we are going to do this surprise movie. First, we are going to show you again, which most of you have seen, the FOP movie of our 73 different destinations, and then something that is happening in our 73rd destination, which will also be the surprise movie. So enjoy. And after that, what are we doing? After that, yeah, it's closing the retreat. So I'll speak for 2 minutes. I promise not more. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so it only remains for me to thank you all for attending this conference, and we hope that you will take something home with you that will stay with you, and that you will become a regular visitor to the Brahma Kumaris Center, not only here, but all over the world. The Brahma Kumaris have 8,000 centers in 132 countries. So you will be welcome at any one of those centers. Tell them that you've attended Future Power and that you want to go there just for meditation, just for whatever you want to do. So that's important. The second is you will become a part of our database for the Future of Power. And we will be communicating with you from time to time to keep you informed about where we are holding other programs, if we are doing anything exciting, and we will also send you a Christmas card or a Diwali card, or all these kind of things will also come to you. But we promise not to send you long, long emails that don't make sense. So that's important. I want to thank the Nairobi Center here, the Brahma Kumaris, who have opened up their whole facilities to us, and the people who have been doing all the cooking. And we've got somebody called Iris who has come all the way from South Africa to supervise the cooking that you got. And because we had a choice, sorry if it's too loud, we had a choice of either giving you lots of food and then encouraging chicken syndrome after lunch. You know what the chicken syndrome is when you start going like that. So, or giving you food that was delicious but yet not so heavy. So I think that they did a good job for that. We've also had lots of people who came even from outside, not only as guests, which we are very happy to have. They came from 9 countries, guests who have come for the program, but also people that have come to help us. You know, there are people from India who came to help. Suresh, Sham, Iris, the one who came from South Africa, Chandaben, Girish, Sona, Karen, Jagir, and Mohit Bhai. All of these have come from abroad to come and just help. And these are all BKs who do this as part of their service. And we've also, of course, got Neville. Neville, who has come all the way from England. He lives in Oxford. There is a center in Oxford, which is a huge center, which you can also visit. I think that some of you have been there already. And it's a center on, I think, 60 acres of land, something like that. But a beautiful place to go and just switch off for a few days. So we have many such retreat places. And the one where this program is going to be held in October is also a huge place where it's residential. They have people, 5,000 people at a time. But the program that I'm telling you about is only for about 200 people, but they come from all over the world. So Neville will say a few words in a minute. We are also, of course, grateful to Henriette, who is an important ambassador to the EU. You know, 27 countries come under EU. And I'm happy to say that they are also part of our Blue Company project, and they are supporting our initiative to be corruption-free. And as we are getting more and more of the foreign embassies to make people who visit this country from their country, they are making them also deal with the Blue Company members. So that's a lot of support for us. Julius, I want to thank one more time. I think that he has supported me personally here a great deal. And Caroline, I don't know if she's still here or not. Oh, there she is. Caroline is head of our corporate communications and marketing. Also, she's attending in her own right here, but she has got her department to organize press conferences and so on for us. So I'm grateful for that. Here in this center, I just want to thank also Vedanti Ben, who is the head of this center, and there's somebody called Tony, Sanjeev Bhai, Parkin Bhai, Dipti and Priya. All these, they may not be here, but I hope that they are listening to what I'm saying. And I'm thanking all the kitchen staff. Suman, who made you all get up and do some exercises, which was also good. And Bhaviksha in our kitchen. Jennifer, who I saw somewhere here. Jennifer, she has done all the flowers here and throughout the center. And as you know, that she is an expert rifle shooter and all kinds of things, and judo expert, amongst other things. So we are also grateful to her. And I hope that I'm not forgetting anyone. Of course, Nitin and Nitu are the two people that are part of the Future of Power. And this one, who has been running around everywhere, has been helping not only here, but all over the world where we are doing program. And her worst half, I should say, is Nitin over there, who has also been running around doing all the technical aspects here. All this Future of Power here has all been done under him. So we are also grateful to him. And am I forgetting anybody? Okay. And the group photo that we took is ready and will go to all of you electronically. These days we don't give you copies. In the old days we used to give copies to everybody before the end of the program. But we are. So I want both Nitin and Henriette to say a few words about the retreat and their visit to here. Thank you all very much. Be well. Yeah. Oh, Gemini, yes, Gemini, I forgot Gemini. Well done, Gemini. Thank you so much. We are grateful to you. Thank you.
Coming through? Yes, yes, there we are, thank you. Really, this has been the most powerful event of its kind that I've ever experienced in my life. I turned 80 recently, and it's never too late. No matter what the young ones think, you're never too old to learn. They say that knowledge is only power, soft or hard, knowledge is only power when it's applied. And that's one of the big messages that I've got from the presentations here, especially from Shivani, driving it home. Come on, apply it, turn that, don't point outwards, turn those fingers inwards, change inwards. That's what gives real power. And the other thing that I'd just like to comment on is when someone was mentioning the problem that the world looks so hugely troubled, how can we make a difference? And I would say on that I've had the observation that whenever people have tried to bring about change with good intentions, but if it doesn't have sort of divine power, if you lose your love in fighting for your cause, it never works. It always leads to something even worse sometimes, but certainly no better. But what I have learned is that I'm trusting now that there is a divine power behind the whole of this play in which we're acting, and that we can trust that God will sort things out. That's my feeling. And that's why what we can do is give ourselves to God, and then God will get the job done through us. Thank you.
Can we give her a mic?
Have you got a... Try this one, or this one. Yes, this is still working. This one's still working.
No, they're putting it on. Yeah. Okay. I want to thank Nizar. Please give him a big applause. Nizar, I think you have been the heart and soul of this retreat, and we thank you all. But I want to say that actually it was all of you, and you saw it in the movie, but also the courage to open up and to share what you have inside. This is the biggest gift that you gave to each other this weekend. And I was blown away by the pop-ups and by the sharing session, because all of you are so different and yet so impressive that we all share one common thing. And it's so encouraging and strengthening to feel all of you and that we are all on the same road. So we give each other a hand. And I can only say that wherever you are, whatever you do, you will get what you need to go to the next point. So please feel encouraged by that knowledge. So wherever you are, you will have the support. It doesn't have to come through Brahma Kumaris. Maybe it comes by some completely unidentified source yet, but you will get it. And that is the strength that you will have and the confidence to go to the next stage. So thank you so much. You enriched me so much and encouraged me this weekend to do what I have to do. And I'm sure you will do what you have to do, follow your calling. Thank you, Asante.
So, I forgot to thank Kiuri, and give him a warm, big hand, please. Okay, lunch is served. So anytime you're ready, we are going to have a lunch. And thank you all. Have a nice trip back to your homes. And those of you who are from abroad, I think your arrangements are also being made. So thank you all very much again, and have a good way back, home to home.